Suddenly on the 20th, the Assam Chief Minister says, no, there'll be a law and order situation. Mr. Rahul Gandhi cannot go to the Bordova Satr on the morning, but you can go after 3 o'clock. And ultimately, they were not even allowing the local MP, Gaurav Gogoi. They were not even allowing the local MLA, Shibomani Barua, to go. What sort of democracy is this? This is Modi-cracy. 30 years in Congress, and then he went into the washing machine and came out. He would have shown some sensitivity to the organization that has given him respectability. But absolutely nothing. This completely cold-blooded, because he has to show his loyalty every minute to his new masters. This Assam CM has a mindset. He has a mindset. He wants to create maximum harassment. He loses his mental balance when he sees Mr. Rahul Gandhi, when he hears of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Something happens to him. And he just completely loses his mental balance. The 22nd was a political invitation for a political function, for a political project. And the purpose was the glorification of the omnipotent, omnipresent and the omniscient one. And I am perhaps one of the very few people in India who has Ram both in the first name as well in the last name.
Hello and welcome to India Today NE. We are in the middle of Bharat Jodo Yatra. It's passing through Assam, and today we have with us Jairam Ramesh, Congress communication head, and he would talk about Bharat Jodo Yatra and his special experience in Assam.
Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra.
Sorry, Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra. See the impact of Bharat Jodo Yatra, it's sticking on.
Thank you. The Bharat Jodo Yatra went through a number of BJP states, BJP ruled states in 2023. We went through, first we went through Karnataka, which is a BJP ruled state. Then we went through Maharashtra, BJP ruled state. We went through Madhya Pradesh, BJP ruled state. We went through Haryana, BJP ruled state. Absolutely. This was, we began in September of 2022 and we finished in January of 2023. Absolutely no problem. Minor hitches here and there, workers coming, removing our posters, it's par for the course. But what we have in this Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra, we went through Manipur, BJP ruled state. We went through Nagaland, NDA ruled state. No problem. Minor problems here and there, logistics, roads are bad, all that. But coming to Assam, my God, from the 18th onwards, there's just problem after problem after problem. And these problems are manufactured by the Assam Chief Minister.
But what's the problem? I spoke to the administration. They're saying that you are taking unnecessary detours just to create confrontation, just as the 500-meter detour happened in Jorhat.
We go through sections where there are crowds, where people have come out and have been mobilized. And
But-
they want us to take us through bypasses. They want us to they want us to go through roads where there are no people. I mean, take my case. Yesterday, I was attacked. My vehicle.
I'll come to that, but before
And,
that, I'm just trying to understand this argument. All these routes are pre-approved. The
It's
government
all
permission has to be taken.
Permissions
So
have
why
been-
are you changing
we keep
routes?
We are not changing the route. We didn't change the route. Take today what happened to Mr. Rahul Gandhi in the Bordova Than, in Nagaon district. From the 11th of January, we have been in communication with the Satradhikar, our local MLAs, Shibomani Barua and Rana Goswami first met. Then Gaurav Gogoi met the Satradhikar on the 19th. And everybody knew. And they all were welcoming. Suddenly on the 20th, the Assam Chief Minister says, no, there'll be a law and order situation. Mr. Rahul Gandhi cannot go to the Bordova Satr on the morning. He was to go at about 8 o'clock in the morning. He said, no, but you can go after 3 o'clock on the 20th. And on the 21st, the management committee says exactly the same thing. Obviously, they've been pressurized to say it. So, this is what... and
But when you got to know that you are not allowed till 3 in the evening,
we couldn't.
in the afternoon,
See, ideally, we would have liked to go back at 3.
Yeah.
But we are 100 kilometers away.
But
We
then,
go back
what
100
was the need to
kilometers.
then try to go there? Because you already knew, because anybody can ask you that when you specifically knew that you are not permitted over there for whatever reason, political, administrative,
So we didn't
whatever,
create any law and order
but you tried
problem.
to go
No,
there.
we tried to go there, we tried to reason with the security officer, and ultimately they were not even allowing the local MP, Gaurav Gogoi. They were not even allowing the local MLA, Shibhamani Barwa, to go. What sort of democracy is this? This is Modicracy. That the local MP cannot go, the local MLA cannot go. Finally, they had to go after a process of negotiation. So Rahul Gandhi didn't go at all, of course. But look, he sat down there for 2 hours. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram and many other bhajans were sung. And that's it. There was a crowd. We tried to argue with the security people, with the civil administration. They made calls to Guwahati. Guwahati made calls to Delhi. All this thing was going on. Drama was being enacted by them. We were peaceful. None of our workers were shouting.
But is it not the timing of your
And
visit?
take it, what happened to us in Lakhimpur?
Is it not a political thing? I'll go to Lakhimpur also, but is it not a political thing that you timed it so that it can create an alternative spectacle when Prime Minister Modi was
It was
busy in
decided on the 15th
Ayodhya?
of December, Kaushik.
Yes,
It was
we all
decided on
knew,
15th of December.
but we all knew that 22nd of December would be the Ayodhya Ram Temple
But
inauguration.
we were starting on the 14th. We worked out a schedule from Manipur, Nagaland. This is the easiest route to come from Manipur to Nagaland to Assam. And we had to go to Arunachal for a day in between. We were being attacked because we were not going to Arunachal. Whereas, Arunachal was a bit of a tricky situation because of security, but we managed. Incidentally, Arunachal is also a BJP ruled state. We had no problem in Arunachal Pradesh.
So you have all the problems in Assam,
We have all the
and
problems.
very ironically, here is a CM who is, of course, from BJP,
30 years
but
in Congress.
but was politically trained
Yes,
by
yes,
you.
yes, 30 years
Is
in
it
Congress.
is this welcome for old friends?
30 years in Congress, and then he went into the washing machine and came out. He's a washing machine CM, no. I have no, I mean, he was General Secretary in the PCC in 1993. He was a minister for, I think, 14 out of the 15 years that Tarun Gogoi was CM. You can't run away. These are all facts.
It's very easy to target him. It's perfectly fine that you say he is washing machine, but all the allegations that you raise against him about his corruption and all that happened when he was in Congress.
Which he continued when he was in BJP.
That's
Well,
fine.
and the-
That's
and the
fine. But
BJP
but my
wanted-
question is,
Yeah, but
my
the
question is that when he was in Congress, you didn't take any action against him.
When he was in Congress, it was the PM and the FM for whom Louis Burger was a very. They never talked about McDonald burgers or hamburgers. They talked about Louis Burger. What happened to this Louis Burger after he joined? After he came into the washing machine?
But what happened when he was in Congress?
No, what happened? He misused his position in the Congress. In hindsight, in retrospect, it was very clear that he enjoyed enormous power when he was minister. He wielded political power. He wielded organizational power. He built up a financial base. In retrospect, it has become very clear what he did, which he accelerated, which he wanted to cleanse himself off by joining the BJP, and he joined the BJP and has continued in his old merry ways. So I'm not running away from the fact that for 30 years he was in the Congress. I would have expected for a man who was 30 years in the Congress, he would have shown some sensitivity to the organization that has given him respectability. But absolutely nothing. This completely cold-blooded because he has to show his loyalty every minute to his new masters. Because they have so much dope on him that if he even deviates a little, they'll bring him back with an ED case or a CBI case or an IT case. But it's unfortunate, as I'm telling you. I have appreciated Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Haryana, Maharashtra, Manipur, Nagaland. We don't face any problems. I mean, we face minor problems, but not this type of a problem. Constantly under tension. We don't know whether we can go into Guwahati, we can't go out of Guwahati. I have written proof on email and on my WhatsApp that we have received an invitation from the Guwahati Press Club for Rahul Gandhi to have an interaction. We are not even, and he writes official orders. He is not permitted to enter even the Guwahati Press Club.
Now I'll give you the administrative version. I also checked on that story when I found out that you alleged that you have been denied entry into the press club. But the government side says that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is very welcome to address that press conference if he comes in his own convoy, not with the entire
Obviously, he's coming in his own convoy.
entourage. No, no, they are not allowing. They are not allowing all the Bharat Jodo Nyay
But
Yatra.
there is no Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatri. They don't understand how the Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra is the bus in which Mr. Rahul Gandhi is travelling.
So
It's
they,
unlike the Bharat
so
Jodo
they are saying
Yatra,
that they are not
where there's
allowing that
250
bus.
people. They're not allowing that.
They are
Okay,
saying.
he doesn't go by bus. He doesn't have to go by bus. He
So
can go by
it's
car.
so it's okay that maybe Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, and maybe KC Venugopal, three of you will
Sure.
go.
Give the permission for that at least.
Okay. Through
Today
India
what-
Today,
today
through
what-
India
today
Today
what
any,
happened?
we will
Today what happened?
will take this
Today what happened?
request.
What happened? We argued with the security. So let Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself argued, saying that look, you are expecting law and order issue. Fine, I will be the only person. You take me in your vehicle. You take me in the police vehicle.
Everybody knows he can't be taken like that because he is a special protectee.
No, but the CRPF will be there.
So that
But
means
CRPF
it's
is
a
not
it's
going
a
to
security entourage.
CRPF is not going to take any, is not going to create any law and order issues. They are meant to deal with law and order issues. He said, let me be the only person to go. Nobody else will come with me. Even that they didn't allow. So, Assam CM has a mindset. He has a mindset. He wants to create maximum harassment. He loses his mental balance when he sees Mr. Rahul Gandhi, when he hears of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Something happens to him. And he just completely loses his mental balance.
But the love seems to be mutual. Means, of course, the Assam CM has lots of love for his old friends. But at the same time, I heard Mr. Gandhi also targeting not just Mr. Sharma, but also his son,
No, his family.
his family. No, he mentioned the children. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, in one speech, specifically mentioned that the children are involved in corruption. How do you see this?
No, but these are all document facts. You talk to anybody.
Do you have a proof? Do you have a proof of his son being involved in corruption?
You look at all the facts. Media channels which show some modicum. of
No,
investigative capability
documentary
are not allowed
evidence
to do it.
that the son is involved in a
My
corruption.
My colleagues will give you mountains of evidence. They'll give you mountains of evidence on the corruption of Himanta Biswa Sarma Inc.
Including the son.
Inc. It does not stand for Indian National Congress, by the way. Inc. is incorporated.
Including the son.
I'm telling you of Hemanta Biswa Sarma and Associates, Inc. And his associates are his family, obviously.
So when you say family, because
I'm using the word family.
no.
in
There is
in
there is a
broad
difference when you say family,
No, but anyway,
but when when
we are
particularly
discussing-
you say
we are
children.
discussing- we are
No,
talking
this
about-
has become an issue.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a very big issue. Mr. Rahul Gandhi met 14 parties who belong to the United Opposition Front of Assam. It's a mix of national parties and regional parties. And the only issue that they had was the monumental corruption of the Assam Chief Minister. This is not what I am saying. It's what the CPM is saying, CPI is saying, regional parties are saying, parties like, led by people like Akhil Gogoi are saying.
Even if you don't like, I'll repeat the question. Did all these people say the children are involved in corruption?
No, they said Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma has the most corrupt chief minister in India. That's all they said.
He being corrupt, Jairam Ramesh being corrupt, and his family being corrupt are two different
You
things.
can't have a clean family and a corrupt individual. You can't have a clean individual and a corrupt. I mean, you're part of a
So
corrupt
by,
ecosystem.
by,
You create a family
by that
ecosystem
argument,
for-
anybody who is corrupt, anybody who is involved in corruption, his entire family will go to jail.
What I'm saying is, you are part of a system, and when you have a family, it's impossible to assume that the family is going to be separated from the corruption of the individual who controls the family. After all, he is the man, he's the buccaneer, he is the entrepreneur, he is the political entrepreneur, he's a media entrepreneur, he's a business entrepreneur, and these stories of his corruption are not coming only from us. They're coming from other independent channels. And these are political issues. As a political party, we have to raise these issues. Didn't Mr. Modi raise all these bogus issues on 2G and, according to these CAG reports, which have turned out to be completely hogwash? Did you ask him this question? Where is this 1,76,000 crores coming from? Nobody asks him this question. You give Mr. Modi a free ride, and when Mr. Rahul Gandhi says he's the most corrupt chief minister, suddenly you ask 100 questions.
My job is to ask
No,
questions
no, no,
whenever.
I'm not denying you. I'm not denying you should ask these questions. I'm not, look, I'm not Mr. Modi. I'm not like Mr. Modi. And neither is Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who addressed 13 press conferences during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and he already addressed one press conference in Nagaland. And
But
is
still
now
doesn't sit
hopefully-
down for a one-to-one interview with India Today.
No, he doesn't. I mean, well, please look at yourself and what you have said about him over the last few years, and then you ask yourself the question.
We have
What
always
is
said
justified?
the accurate,
What
correct
is justified?
things. We have always
has-
said the most
No,
accurate and correct things
don't-
about him.
I don't use his sitting down with India Today as an index of his liberalism. Mr. Modi has sat down with India Today. I'm sure you emailed him the questions and he emailed you the answers, and you got photo ops with Mr. Modi. That's not an interview.
That's your
No,
interpretation.
that's not my interpretation. That's my deep inside knowledge.
Inside knowledge and interpretation
They're two
are two
I'm
different
not
things.
making allegations against you personally. That's the way Mr. Modi functions. You send me the questions, my office will send you the answers. You sit with me, just ask me one or two bantering questions, and take it as if it was. It's Mr. Modi is structured spontaneity. It's planned spontaneity.
So Mr. Gandhi is an epitome of spontaneity. So he should sit down with us.
He has sat down not only with you. He has sat down
Yes.
with the entire media. Why single you out? Why single you out? Why this favorite treatment to you?
Not any favorite treatment. What I am saying is a long format interview where I can ask multiple questions.
Lots of people have asked him questions.
15
press
15 to
conferences.
30 minutes
No,
with
45
20 journalists is not enough.
45 minutes he's been asked questions on his married life, he's been asked questions on, on his personal life, on his spiritual, pursuits, on his political issues. What issue has he not been asked about?
So now what has happened is that Mr. Modi took the route of how he eats mango. So Mr. Gandhi took the route of how he likes his breakfast or food.
I don't. When has Mr. Modi, tell me, which head of state anywhere in the world has gone for 10 years without a press conference? You please answer that question, and then we'll continue this conversation. Which head of state, head of government, Mr. Modi is head of government, which head of government has gone for 10 years without a press conference which is based on answers, which is based on questions asked on the spot and answers given on the spot? Which one? And not only that, he has gone chief minister for 13 years, prime minister for 10 years, 23 years in public life. Has he addressed the media conference anywhere? Anywhere.
Okay. Now you were attacked in yesterday in near Nagaon, I believe. And even in that attack, you found a family angle. You said that the SP of that particular district happens to be the brother
It's a
of.
fact.
No, it's a fact. But
can I
why
not
are you
bring it out?
why are you connecting? Because he was not involved
He's
in
an
the
SP.
in the attack. It can happen anywhere.
He's an SP. His job is to provide security. I was attacked. My car was attacked. The logos were torn down. I mean, people in my car had the presence of mind. We waved, we smiled, and we moved on. But anything could have happened. He's the SP. It's his responsibility.
If I read the directive or the rules
And
or
I was not taking a detour. I was going from the campsite to the starting point, the only road that existed.
Yes, but when I read that instructions from the state DGP today, he said that Congress workers, they should not try to tackle anybody who is trying to obstruct
did not tackle anybody.
but they
I
are
just
saying
did
that
this.
they are saying that they are not allowing police to, like Mr. Rahul Gandhi yesterday, he went out of the vehicle
Just to say hello to that, that's all.
and
I
he's
mean,
he's
this
a special
situation-
protector. He should not
No,
do
he
that.
just did that. I mean, if he doesn't do it, you will say that he is not mixing with it. He just went there and asked him, why are you agitating? What's your problem? That's also I did. I just did namaskar, and it so happened very funnily, some people actually recognized me. I said, Jairam ji, namaskar, 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 and allowed me to go.
This is not exactly how Assamese would greet you. I take objection to this.
Maybe he was a Bengali journalist. Who knows?
Okay, you got my point. But coming back to this whole yatra and
But
the
it was a scary situation, let me tell you. Suddenly, to be surrounded by 50 guys, I mean, it's okay for me, but it was my social media team, 3 young girls, cameras were snatched, they were attacked. Anything could have happened to the girls. I had a lady sitting in my car, I had 2 other guys sitting in my car. We were reasonably safe, but what happens to the social media team? 3 young girls sitting there.
so what exactly happened?
They just came and said, you can't go. They tore down the Bharat Jodo Nyay. They had BJP flags. Some of them had some VHP flags. Some of them had BJP flags. They said, you can't go. I mean, look, this could not have happened without political direction. It could not have happened. And in Assam, not a leaf moves without direction from the Chief Minister. If a leaf moves, you will see the hand of Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma.
But you were all moving from
Yeah,
Amguri to you were moving towards
we
Guwahati.
are.
Uh,
We still have 3 days more.
Yeah, so you are moving, you are on the move. But this whole context of Ram temple inauguration, you have boycotted the process.
No, we have not boycotted. We were invited by a political party for a political function which was
You were
part
not
of
invited by BJP.
We were invited by a political party. I choose my words.
You were invited by
a
BJP.
political party for a political function which is part of a political project. The man who put the Ram idol on the 22nd of December 1949 later on contested the Lok Sabha election of 67 on a Jangsang ticket, K.K. Nayyar. His wife, Shakuntala Nayyar, won the 52 election on a Hindu Mahasabha ticket. And in 67 and 71 won the Lok Sabha election on a Jansang ticket. Mr. K.K. Nayyar represented, if my memory serves me right, Baraich. And his wife represented Kaisarganj. It's not a political project. I mean, this romantic.
That was in the past.
No, I'm giving you the history. It's been a political project, the culmination of which is this political function for which a political invitation is given. So we told them we are not in a position to attend this function because the sole purpose of this function, the only purpose of this function, is electoral, and the entire focus is on not on Ram Lalla. The entire focus is on Mr. Narendra Modi.
But many analysts they are saying that this will impact you adversely in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls.
Analysts can keep on analyzing. We have to do what we have to do. If I start reading and going by what the analysts do, I won't get up from my bed in the morning. I have to do what I have to do. Let the analysts do their armchair commentary. I have no problem.
If this is a big political event, then why did your government in Himachal Pradesh they ordered a holiday?
Well, let me tell you, I was a little surprised by that too. I was a little surprised by what they did. I don't know what the compulsions they had to do, what they did. Not a holiday, but they followed that system till 2:30. So I can tell you, I was a little surprised. I mean, I was taken aback by that.
This also brings me to this question that many people are
However,
saying.
let me also say that when Mr. Kharge and Mrs. Sonia Gandhi put out a statement when they regretted their inability to accept the invitation, they said, look, religious faith is a matter of personal belief, and people are free to go if they want, if they have been invited. Vikramaditya Singh, for example, minister in the Himachal government, I'm sure, has gone today because he has said he would go. Nobody stopped him from going. Nobody stopped the UP Congress from going there on the 15th. They went, part of the UP Congress.
Yes, that's what.
Nobody stopped them. It's just that the 22nd was a political invitation for a political function, for a political project. And the purpose was the glorification of the omnipotent, omnipresent and the omniscient one.
that Himachal Pradesh government did this, and the Uttar Pradesh political leaders, Congress political leaders, they went there on the 15th.
Yeah.
On the 15th. Now this brings this criticism that
By the way,
Congress.
what this shows is the internal democracy in the Congress.
I'm
This
coming.
shows this shows there are multiple voices, there are multiple viewpoints. This reflects the diversity of India. We are not, to use a Hindi phrase, we are not ek tantra ka top. We are not a gun that is shooting one man. Ek tantra ka top, just authoritarianism of one person. It's an internal democracy. People have different views. People do speak out.
Yeah.
And you can say from the outside there's a lot of indiscipline. But I would
No,
say,
I am not saying that. I'm
as
saying
General Secretary
I'm saying
Communication,
it. I'm
let me
saying
tell you, I have to deal with this. People expressing different points of view. I myself, have to deal with this. But I take it in my stride. These are different points of view that are expressed. But at times they don't represent the official standpoint.
But I'm saying a very different thing. That of course there is democracy within the Congress or indiscipline, as you say. But
What I say, you say.
I
say
didn't even
democracy.
use that
I
word.
say
Some
it
people,
may
you
look
said
as
some people.
indiscipline from
Yes.
outside, but it's actually internal democracy.
It didn't look like an indiscipline to me, but what it looked like to me or to many is that there is a criticism that Congress, now the Congress president is Mallikarjun Kharge, he's from South. Organization secretary is K.C. Venugopal, he's from South, and the voice of Congress is Jairam Ramesh, he's from South.
I've never lived in
So
the South.
so whether
I've
you
never
lived
lived
or
in the
not,
South.
whether you lived or not,
I've
but
never lived
you
in-
cannot
it's wrong. No, no,
you
I-
cannot
I-
discard your identity
No,
that
no,
you are
I
from South
reject
India.
this.
Okay,
I completely reject this. I completely
okay,
reject
you are a
this.
North
This
Indian.
is parochialism. I completely reject. I am an Indian. I was born
Okay.
in the South. I grew up in the North.
But
I
how do you-
studied in the East. I went to college in the West. I mean, this concept of North, South, East.
Let me finish the
no.
question. Let
I'm
me
an
finish the
Indian.
question.
I'm an Indian.
This perception that Congress now is being run by South Indian
Whose
leaders
perception?
and they only
Whose
prevail.
perception? Mr. Kharge is not a South Indian leader. He's a national leader. Mr. Venugopal is not a Malayali leader, he's not a Kerala leader, he's a national leader. Who says that they are just merely, they happen to come from the South, they're born in the South, you have to be born somewhere.
Because this decision to boycott or
Absolutely
to
not.
not go to Ayodhya
Absolutely
is
not. It's a
is determined by this
I'm
South Indian
sorry,
leader.
It's a product of a perverse, perverted, sick thinking. Absolutely not. Parochialism of the worst type. Absolutely not. These are national leaders. They have national perspectives. They belong to, of course, they represent individual states in parliament. They have. But that does not make them parochial. They have a national viewpoint. The Congress is a national political party. We have to take all factors into consideration. We are not a caste-based party. We are not a religious-based party. We are not a region-based party. So we are a national party. We have to take a national point of view.
Now my last question, as a Hindu, are you happy that the Ram temple has been built?
I'm a philosophical and a cultural Hindu. Okay? I'm not a political Hindu. I am equally comfortable with Buddhism. In fact, many years ago, to one of your colleagues in India Today, Ashok Malik, who is no longer in India Today, I described myself as the Hind Buddha. A Hindu who believes in the Buddha. I'm equally comfortable. I went to Christian missionary schools. I'm equally comfortable with Islam. I represent what I believe is the essential ethos of the Indic civilization, not Indic civilization, in which there has been a confluence of what you call Hinduism today, which is really a modern invention, Buddhism, Jainism. In fact, I'm against the word ism. This word ism is the beginning of all our problems. We are a confluence. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. And let me remind you, Sonia Gandhi, on the 12th of January 1999, 25 years ago, she addressed the Ramakrishna Mission. She was asked to come and speak to the Ramakrishna. It was National Youth Day, Vivekananda's birthday. And she said, in no uncertain terms, and this is a matter of public record, and she said, look, we are secular because the Hindu system, the Hindu way of life, the Hindu thought is liberal, is tolerant, is accommodative, and is encapsulated in that shloka, not shloka, but saying, Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. Truth is one. the wise speak of it in different ways, or wise pursue it in different ways. So, don't ask me whether I'm a Hindu or I'm this. These are not
As an
not question.
individual, as an
As an
Indian,
individual,
are you happy that this temple has been inaugurated?
it's not a question of happiness or not. I myself, I've had long discussions with Mr. K. Parasharan, who is one of the trustees of this. We used to go to the same Ram Mandir in Delhi. There's a Ram Mandir in Lodi Road. The last 40 years I've been going there. But I'm against, and I'll give you a straight answer to your question. To your mischievous question, I'll give you a straight
It's not a
answer.
mischievous question,
I'll
it's
give
a
you
straight
answer.
question.
I'll give you a straight answer to your mischievous question. I'm against the use of religion in politics. I believe a state has to be secular. The society is multi-religious. But the state, the Indian state, has to be secular. There is no place for religion in political life. The use or the misuse or the abuse of religion as a political instrument, I'm dead opposed. Whether it's Hinduism, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Christianity, whether it is Islam, anything. What you're seeing in Sri Lanka, what you're seeing in Myanmar. You're seeing this in different ways. What are you seeing in Pakistan? And what you're now seeing in India is complete negation of what religion stands for. The use of religion in politics, in my view, diminishes the value of religion, debases the value of religion. And that's why I'm not happy with the way things have turned out.
But don't you think, as you mentioned, that state should stay away from religion? That brings
State has to be the state
secular,
has to be
secular.
But
Then
society is multi-religious.
Yes,
And the
yes, I'm talking of the government.
The state has to reflect the multi-religiosity.
I'm talking of that only. So, sponsoring the Hajj or the way Arvind Kejriwal sponsors that Tirtha Yatra. Do you think that's
These are
fine?
decisions, these are decisions I won't take. These are decisions they have taken. My view.
But do you support that?
No, it's not for me to support. What am I? I'm not going to say. Whether I support it or not is irrelevant. What is relevant is what is my belief, and I believe. I used to be a religious person. I'm a spiritual person now. I don't call myself a religious person. I call myself, because the moment you talk of religion, you think of ritual. I want to get away from that. I believe in India. I think India is a fountainhead of spiritual wisdom, of philosophy. I believe in all that. But at the same time, my heritage is a multiple heritage. In my heritage, you have the Vedas, the Puranas, the Upanishads and everything. In my heritage, I have the Dhammapada and the Buddha. I have Vardhamana Mahavira. I have Islam. I have Christianity. And that's what makes me an Indian. I think that's what we have to get into.
Chale, this you will give a straight answer. What is Ram to Jairam?
It's my name, and I am perhaps one of the very few people in India who has Ram both in the first name as well in the last name. Think of how many people you know with name. My friend Sitaram Yechuri is Sita Ram only, but I am Jairam Ramesh. So Ram in both first name and second name.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, with two Ramas in your name. It was pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.